Hey guys, Ranger here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction and review. And this is to the next episode of MLP Pony Life. And this, just from the title, I'm already excited about it. Badge of Shame and Discord's Peak. So Discord, this is the first time seeing Discord in the series. And I think someone told me before that Discord was not voiced by John Delancey in this. It was somebody else. Similar to how Kathy Westlick did not voice Spike in this series, but that's okay. That's okay. But let's go ahead and dive in because I'm really curious. I want to see if Fluttershy and Discord have an interaction in this. I'm excited for that. Also, Badge of Shame. This has to be a continuation of the whole Pony Scout thing that they were a part of, or whatever. Let's go ahead and dive in because I'm really curious about this. Starting the video full screen. Starting the video in 3, 2, 1, click. Badge of Shame. What? Oh boy.
Dolores is kaput!
Oh shoot. Aw, got me.
Dolores, I'm not a baker! And if I'm not a baker, then who even am I?
A party pony?
Today when you're gonna build a machine to earn your Trail Trotter's engineering badge? Indeed it is. What's the first step?
Oh, she just don't.
You should always read the instructions before building something.
How thick is that?
You are. For I am the master of instructions!
Yeah, we know that.
I prefer a red carpet, but this will do.
Really?
Yes, but the truth is, these instructions are very confusing. I can't even tell what I'm building in the first place. What are these diagrams supposed to be? I can't even figure out step 1. How am I gonna do all 98?
There's 98? Oh dear, she broke.
And that Twilight Sparkle got very anxious and worked up.
You're the master of instructions. They're not the master of you, right? So why don't you fix them? Yeah, for that.
Really?
Do it, Pinky. Do it for the Trail Trotters.
She built a new oven, didn't she?
It's a new oven for Pinky.
Cool!
With a few extra bells and
What?
whistles.
Oh, that's cool.
Stupid pony could I forget?
Oh, she died! She just deflated and popped.
When you say Twilight? Oh, yeah, right. It's the best.
Did oh my. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Perfect.
Discord! What's up, man?
Glad that won't happen.
You sure? It'll be fun. And by fun, I mean very chaotic. And we'll be facing our fears and putting ourselves in mortal peril.
You talk a good game, Fluttershy.
I wish Discord were here.
Girl, you got it bad for him, don't you?
But he's my walking Sometimes I worry about the friends you choose. Just a little chaos. Fluttershy? Enough to get Discord to join.
What are you?
Fun.
You. Oh, yep. Girl, you've been hanging around Discord a lot.
No, I stand by my decision.
You're curious.
Discord, a little help, please.
Oh!
You saved the day.
Look at Fluttershy!
I always knew you were a Trail Trotter at heart.
Not. I do not trot.
You know what? You're right. I wanted you to be a Trail Trotter when you're really a solo scout. It was wrong of me to force Discord to do something he didn't want to do, but he really would make a great scout.
Temporary trail trotter?
My goodness. Did they just decide to amplify their relationship for this? Like, how many Oh my goodness. Like, okay, hold on. Who did voice Discord? I am curious. Okay, Peter New. Peter New?
Yep.
Wow, really? Okay. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, like, did they just... I don't know how many episodes of this show that Discord is in, but did they just decide to amplify their relationship or something for fun? I mean, just the intro itself. Fluttershy has hearts. Like, they teased us in the episode of G4 of FIM whenever Fluttershy was trying to create her animal reservation, and she switched brains with Angel, and Angel made the remark, like, talking about Fluttershy, he was like, pretending to be Fluttershy. I talk to animals, I want to marry Discord, and like, the fandom just freaked. Rightfully so. So did I. And it was just kind of teased, I think, throughout the whole thing. And here she's literally, this girl has it bad for him. I mean, she's just straight up blushing. I mean, with hearts around her. And then it's so funny that she wanted so much Discord to tag along, and the fact that she was like, he's my chaos. Like, oh my gosh. This is so precious and sweet. Oh my goodness. Like, oh my gosh. It's so adorable. And then the fact, yeah, like, you can tell that Fluttershy has had such an interesting... You can tell that Fluttershy, or that Discord and Fluttershy have had an interesting way of sort of rubbing off on each other. Like, Fluttershy is a bit more confident, and she's also a little bit more chaotic now. The fact that she was so willing to, like, risk blowing herself up to get Discord to show up. It's both insane but adorable at the same time. Not exactly something I'm condoning. Like, I wouldn't exactly condone, like, hey, I want my friend to rescue me by completely, by me putting myself in mortal danger, but don't recommend it, no. But it's still cute and adorable, and then the fact that Discord just shows up and rescues Fluttershy and the rest of them, and she has hearts flying around her. Like, oh my goodness gracious. And then there was that little bitty blush, like, on her cheeks. Like, there's this little blush on her cheeks as well. Like, my goodness, this girl's got it bad for Discord. If she does, she's got it bad for him. It's just so funny. Goodness, like, I love this. It's so cute. And it's also kind of interesting at how Discord also, like, he was just still curious. Like, I've seen that setup before where somebody is like, nope, I said I'm not doing it, I said I'm not doing it, or I said I'm not going, and then they end up going anyway. It's so funny that he decided he's going to do it. And Fluttershy knows. Like, Fluttershy knows how to get him to show up. But interesting, we still got the callback to, like, Rainbow Dash was like, oh, making up something. Like, this is still continuing throughout these episodes. Like, when are they going to tell her that this is all just a farce? That this is all fake? Like, when are they going to tell her about it? Like, now, it's kind of funny that that Applejack is looking at Rainbow kind of angrily here. Like, girl, you went along with it too. You're the first one to tell Fluttershy that this was a farce, but yet you're looking at Rainbow? Really? But again, I love it that Fluttershy, like, she wanted to spend time with Discord. That's so precious and sweet. That's so adorable. I absolutely love it so much. It was so cool. This is a great little sequel to G4, and continuing with the characters and the relationships and the dynamics. That's so precious and adorable. And Discord still has an interesting look. I mean, he has, like, he still has a similar look to his G4 counterpart, but it's just interesting. Of course, everything is cutified, I guess you could say, for this. But yeah, it really, I love this whole thing here. It's so cute and precious. I absolutely adore it. It's so much fun. Going on to the other thing here, whenever the gang is completely trying to figure out what all these instructions mean, that is so relatable. That is not an exaggeration, man. That is not an exaggeration. That is in no way an exaggeration. If you've put things together, you know the pain of the instructions. Whenever it tells you insert one part into something else, and you're like, where is that part? There have been times there's been no parts there. Okay, it has been missing some parts. Okay, I build model kits as well. And I know the pain of model kits that the instructions are supposed to be clear, but they're not so crystal clear. And you start looking for a part, trying to identify the number of the part, and it is just super tiny, or it's just like not on the tree that it's supposed to be on. This is not an exaggeration at all. This is 100% true. Like, it's funny also how they use like Pinky to illustrate the on the box, but yeah, these instructions are completely 100% true. It can be a pain. Like, it can be 100% a pain to try to put stuff together like this whenever the instructions are like, you know what, they're not so clear cut. But this was completely within Twilight's realm of Twilight wanting to follow the instructions to a T, but also, I love the fact that Fluttershy encouraged Twilight, like, hey, you're Twilight freaking Sparkle, girl, you can do this. And Twilight decided to use her own ingenuity to put this thing together and build it in a unique way. What it was supposed to be before, I have no idea, but it's so really cool. And this was completely within the character's realm. For Twilight to stress over trying to build this and not really have any idea what she's doing with it at first. We've seen it before, like she can get stressed out over trying to plan for something, and it just doesn't really... She can overstress over that. Who can't? I mean, obviously, you have anxiety. I understand the pain of that. I'm a little confused, though, because Twilight is using her magic as also her physical strength to push this box. Can she just not levitate the box? But I do love the fact that Twilight did offer... to let Pinky help her, both because Pinky was feeling down about her old oven croaking. I do love the fact that Twilight did that, but it's also a good thing in regard to if you watched the original MLP movie that came out, 9 years ago, back in 2016, was it? Because there was that scene in the movie where Twilight yelled at Pinky. And they did reconcile there. And of course, that was in 2016, and we had the rest of 16, 17, and we had the rest of 16, 17, 18, and all of 19 with the show. But still, it's a good little thing to show that here to me, because that's a good little continuation. I know it's not directly related to the film, but thinking back to that, it's good that we saw this little thing with Twilight letting Pinky help out, and there was just this really good little connection between them, and they worked together. And Twilight built this oven for Pinky, and it was just so precious and sweet. And we also got to see a continuation with Pinky turning into a balloon because she was just so happy that she literally popped with confetti. It's so super cute and fun, and a great little continuation of that. The new oven, though, does look beast. I love that color. I love that, it's not like a seafoam blue, seafoam greenish color to me. Maybe my eyes are different, but it has like a seafoam kind of green color to it, and I love it. It's a beautiful oven. And it looks like it's dual. It looks like it's a dual oven, 4 burners. Looks like it could have a smaller oven on one side, but that is a nice oven, man. And I just realized that Gummy has a gator boat. When did Gummy get that? And who built it for him? That's cool. Also, something else that I kind of have to notice, I didn't really pay attention, but Sugar Cube Corner seems to be sitting on the edge of a hill here, overlooking the water. It was not in the original show. And we have candy cane sticking out of the side and gems and everything. It's kind of weird, but who cares? I guess it's just one of those things where I just, like, okay. Not sure if it's a continuation error, but like the oven that they use in the start of the Fluttershy and Discord episode, basically it looks like the same one that croaked in the last episode. So maybe they kind of put this out of order and it was a different production order. I'm not really sure because that's not the same oven. Story-wise, though, it does seem to be a continuation of it, but a little detail that I had to notice. But yeah, I really love this episode. It was a lot of fun, and it was great seeing Discord again and seeing the dynamic between Fluttershy and Discord. Man, that's so cool and great. I'm just kind of wondering, like, how many other people saw this, because I don't know how many people. You know, I'm really curious, like how many people that did watch G4 went on to watch this show as well. And also, I know there's another series of Pony Life too. There's not Make Your Mark. There's that, and then there's the animated series, which has kind of a similar animation style to some degree of this of G5. Like there's the G5 Make Your Mark and such. I do want to give it a try. Like I do, even though I haven't watched the movie yet or anything about G5, I do love the characters. I do love the characters, and I think it looks really good, and I'm still curious about it. And again, I know there's some people that don't like G5. I don't understand the vehement hatred that some people have about G5, that the nostalgia blind people that were like, well, this isn't G4, so I'm not going to like it, or they refuse to like it because it's not G4. The way I see it, this is how I look at it. I wouldn't be in this fandom. I wouldn't have done anything like I've done if I would not have given G4 a try. And I think it's only fair, because to me, if I don't give G5 a try, the same opportunity, then I'm a hypocrite. And I'm biased. And I can't stand hypocrites. And I refuse to be a hypocrite and say, well, I'm not going to watch it because it's not G4, because it's not fair for me to give G4 a try and not give G5 a try. But also, I do not want to go into G5 expecting it to be like G4, because it's not. I need to go into G4. I want to go into G5, and I need to go into G5 with the same open-mindedness that I did with G4 all the way back in 2011. It's only fair. It deserves the same chance that I gave G4. That's how I think. I'm not expecting other people to think like me, but that's how I feel about it. It's fair to me to do that, because if I don't, it's not fair to the show. It's not fair to the people that made it. It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to myself either, because then I would be a hypocrite, and I can't stand hypocrites. So I do want to dive into G5, and I really want to like it. Am I going to like it as much as G4? 9 times out of 10, no. I'm not saying that that it's going to suck or anything like that. No. It's like G4 is its own special thing. Nothing really can compare to that, but I shouldn't expect something to. G5, I want to like it. I really want to. I want to like it a lot. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to like it as much as G4, but that's okay. I can still like it in its own way, not in the same way as G4. And so, to me, G5 deserves the same chance. And also, I want to start looking at the comics too. I haven't looked at the comics for G5 because I didn't want to spoil anything. I wanted to dive into the movie and the show first before starting to, movie anyway, before I started reading the comics, because I know IDW has been doing some comics about it, and I really want to check that out. But anyway, I do love this, and like I said, I'm curious as to how many how many people finished G4 and dove into this. And it's sad because I know there's some people who did not. I know there's some people who did not. They didn't like the animation style. They just said, nope, not watching it. And it wasn't G4, so they kept their nostalgia glasses on and just left it. Kind of the same way that Be Cool Scooby-Doo, people turned away from Be Cool Scooby-Doo because of the animation style. But then years later, people started giving it a chance, and then they found out, oh, this is a good show. You know. But, like, it is sad. I know there are people who left the fandom after G4 ended, never gave the show a shot. And it's sad. But I'm glad that I'm here doing this with MLP Pony Life, because to me, again, it deserves just as much of a chance as G4. And I really like it. I really do. Do I like it as much as G4? No. But I like it in its own way. It's cute, it's fun, it's quirky, and it's really fun. MLP G4 is more story-based with long stories, with longer storytelling. This one is more of like the standard cartoon shorts. But I believe that this show still deserves a chance. And I'm happy to be reacting to it because it deserves that. And again, it's still continuing. It's keeping pony stuff on my channel too. I'm watching it because I want to. I do enjoy the show. It's fun, it's quirky, and it's very unique. And it has some different elements to it that G4 didn't. And it's very unique to see that. It's so cool. And I love the continuation too. Like that continuity that carries over from G4 into this show. And again, I know there are some people who probably don't like this. May never hear from those people. They're probably already gone. But like, if anyone ever commented and said, I don't like Pony Life. Okay. I respect that. I don't agree personally. I like it. That's okay, you don't. Cool, whatever. But I really like this show. And like I said, I think it's only fair to give this show and G5 the same open-minded opportunity and not put G4 up on a pedestal and expect other things to compare to that whenever nothing can. And I've seen that happen before, and when it does, it never works out because you put something on a pedestal, nothing can compare, and suddenly you only have that one thing up there. And suddenly you start looking for, I've seen people do that, looking for excuses to complain about the thing that is less. Like, you're looking for excuses to hate it and dislike it and complain about it. I don't believe in that. That's not who I want to be. I don't want to be the whiners. I don't want to be the complainers that look for excuses to hate on something just because it's not up to my personal standards or what I think. I want to be open-minded and give it the same chance. If I don't like it, cool, okay, no big deal. I'll just move on from that. That's either cool, other people like it, whatever, no big deal. But likewise, if I like it, okay, I'm going to enjoy it. And if other people don't like it, that's cool, again. But I personally believe that G4, it did set to some degree a standard for MLP, for My Little Pony in general, because it was, I think, the biggest MLP vehicle to date, because the G1, G2, G3.5 was never had the same level of popularity or marketing anything that G4 did. There's hardly anything about Pony Life that you see, but I am seeing stuff about G5. Now, some people want it to fail. I don't. I disagree 100%, because G4, to me, it's part of my generation. It's part of so many other people's generation, and it's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. But I know that the show was going to end. I could do a whole video talking about this, but like, in short, I knew the show was going to end at some point. It was not going to continue forever and just be the definitive only version of G4 that we'll ever see. I knew it was G4. I knew there was going to be a G5 and there was going to be a G6 and so forth. It was, you know, pretty much an MLP for every single generation, or for different generations. G4 is mine, but I also want to accept G5 as part of that generation as well. To me, G4 is exactly like the book that we saw so many times. That we saw at the start of the show, of the very first episode. It's the book. That's our generation. That's our story. That's my story. And G4, the book that we saw close at the end of the last episode, that's our story. That's our version. And it's put on the shelf now. And now the next book is open for us to write the next journey. And for me, that's Pony Life and hopefully G5. Because I want to keep going on that journey. I don't want to just stop with one adventure in this book. I want there to be more adventures. And even if they may not be as fun, they still have their own unique... Even if they're not like the stories told in G4, I'm holding a metaphorical book here. Even if they're not the stories told in G4, it's okay. Because you can't go through life and have one majorly fun thing happen and then expect everything to be just as fun. It's not going to happen. You just kind of accept the fun that you get from that. And that's what I'm doing with this. But that's my personal thoughts on that. I could do a whole video talking about that. But anyway, thanks again for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and comments as well. And thanks again for joining me. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.